Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Before we go into the Cronos review, I just want to say a little thing, and that's always when I do a video about a homage watch. Doesn't matter if it's Pagani or Parnis or Steinhardt or Cronos or San Martin, there's always comments of people asking me, how does this watch compare with this watch? Is it better than this watch? Is it better than that watch? And this time I'm actually gonna say my opinion, my personal, very subjective opinion on which watch I like the most between the Cronos Submariner Homage and the San Martin Submariner Homage, because the San Martin Submariner Homage was, until this video, my favorite Submariner Homage watch in the $200 to $300 price range, and this might change it. Cronos might change that dynamic and take the top spot. We don't know. You have to check the video for that. But you have to know that this is just my subjective opinion. You might think otherwise. Maybe you've watched some other YouTuber. Maybe you yourself have tried out both watches and prefer one or the other. Just because I say something, just because I like something more than something else, doesn't make it so. I'm gonna try and give you a few points on why I prefer something from another, but still, it's just a subjective opinion, and just take it for that. It's just my personal opinion, and I'm just a guy on YouTube who basically knows nothing. So let's get straight to the video and check out the Cronos Submariner Homage version 3. And okay, as we always do, let's start with the box. It's a plastic box, just like the San Martin box. It's a little hard to open. As you can see, I'm quite struggling with these little clasps here, and I'm actually being able to open it right now. We have some plastic things, foam protecting the watch. Then inside we have the international warranty card, a nice little thing to have with the date stamp and everything. Yeah, now it's upside down. Now it isn't. Yeah, we have an extra strap. I actually don't know if this comes with the watch or if the owner sent it to me. We have some strap changing tools right there, which is a perfect thing to have, and some extra links that I've taken out to fit it on my wrist. Nothing special. Actually, it's a regular little box that comes with a lot of these Chinese homage watches, and that's what it is, the Cronos box. There you go. And there you have the watch itself. And now let's take a look at the watch itself. There we have it, the Cronos Submariner Homage. And it looks like a submariner that it's trying to homage. As you can see, it sits perfectly on my 20 centimeter wrist, and it could even fit smaller or bigger wrists. That's the beauty of the Submariner. All brushed stainless steel bracelet all the way down to that perfectly long clasp. I'm really liking the clasp on this one, and I think the ceramic bezel just gives it that little shine that it needs. And it's a classic looking watch. It's trying to mimic a classic looking watch, and it's doing that perfectly. Sits good on the wrist. Let's take it off so I can give you a little closer look at it. As you can see, polished on the sides, we have a stamped clasp with the Cronos logo there. Nice polishing on both sides. You can see the lugs are, they're tapering, but not that much. Sterile case back, easy access to the removing of the bracelet if you want to. And there we have a 3-fold clasp with that little security lock right there. And as you can see, inside of the clasp, looking straight back at you, is the little thing that I love the most about this watch, the glide lock system. But we're going to talk about that a little later. Yeah, it's a beautiful watch. I can say nothing more or less about it. A beautiful watch. Okay, some specifications. This is the Cronos version 3. It's a stainless steel watch, 316L stainless steel all over. The movement inside of it is the PT5000. It beats at 28,800 beats per hour. It has 25 joules and the power reserve is 38 hours. It's actually a clone of the ETA 2824, but we're going to talk about more about that a little later. The diameter of the watch is 40 millimeters. The thickness is 13.5 millimeters. Lug width is 20 millimeters. Lug to lug 47.8 millimeters. We have a sapphire glass with an AR coating inside of it. We have a water resistance of 200 meters, a 1-year warranty, and the bezel is actually unidirectional 120 clicks with a ceramic insert. Okay, so I thought I'd dig a little deeper into the movement of the Cronos, the PT5000. A lot of Chinese watches and Chinese movements have a negative stigma associated with them, and the PT5000 is a clone of the ETA 2824, and it's a special little movement actually, and I got this information from the Watch Gecko website because they use this movement in a lot of their watches, so you can find this. I just copied it straight off from watchgecko.com, but this is interesting. With the design of the ETA 2824 being so easy to copy, the quality of many copies out there is varied. There are as many, if not more, poor examples of clones than exist than good examples. And this is where the PT5000 stands head and shoulders above the rest. Chinese-made movements have a generalization associated with them that they are poor quality and unreliable. HK PT, that's the manufacturers of this watch, they were determined to challenge this perception, so they took their highest grade version of the PT5000 to Glashütte in Germany to have its accuracy reviewed by the Chronometer Observatory. This couldn't be done at COSC as they only test Swiss movements. According to the China Horologe Association, the standard set by the Chronometer Observatory at Glashütte is the world's most rigid. The observatory has 7 testing categories and only allows a mechanical watch a deviation ranging from minus 3.8 seconds to plus 5.8 seconds within a day. And since that, this movement has become China's first watch movement to reach chronometer certification. And with that said, that's as the text said from watchgecko.com, that they took their highest grade version of the PT5000 and took it to Glashütte for testing, but this is still a version of the highest version that they could offer. As well, I mean, ETA and Sellita also have elaborate versions, higher quality versions of their movements, but this is still the same movement inside of it. It's not decorated as much and it's not regulated as much, but it's supposed to be a great movement. And what I can tell from people around the web, around the forums, no one has had a problem as of yet with this PT5000 movement. So that's actually a great thing with the watch, that it has a movement based on a movement that's actually the first Chinese movement to reach the chronometer certification set by the observatory in Glashütte in Germany. That's a cool fact. At least I think so. Let's take a look at it close up. As I've said before, I'm not really that good at details, but as you can see, the brushing is even all round. We don't have any areas where the brushing is harder or finer or something. The ceramic bezel insert is really shiny and it gives the watch a really cool look. And all those indices also actually feel a little shinier and a little more, I don't know how to put it, but of a higher quality than on the San Martin. You can see the polished sides, they look really great. The logo, the time glass logo on the crown looks really great. Everything is actually done flawlessly. There are no sharp edges whatsoever on this watch like there was on the San Martin. Sure, that was the San Martin version 2 and this is the version 3 of the Cronos, but still. There is one flaw that I have to point out on this watch, and it's the Cyclops. it's a little misaligned. As you can see, it's a little, yeah, as you can see at 3 o'clock, you can see that it's a little crooked to the left. And I don't get that. Why, if you can't put on a Cyclops the right way, then why put it on at all? Just give us a watch without the Cyclops if you cannot have the quality control enough to put it on right. Screwed links on the bracelet is always appreciated. As you can see, 3-fold bracelet, perfectly done, and I really love the prolonged clasp. As I've said in previous videos, this gives you a really well-balanced feel on your wrist, and it feels superb. Nothing wrong with the release mechanism, and inside there you find the crown jewel, the glide lock. This is what takes this watch to another level compared to other homages, and actually the one thing, not only the one thing, but one of the details that makes me appreciate this watch more than the San Martin. And if I had to choose a favorite homage in the $200 to $300 range, this would be it, because of the glide lock system on that clasp. I mean, not just because of the glide lock system, but it takes it over the top. I mean, the overall feeling of the watch in total gives me a better feeling that I had with the San Martin. It just, to me, this is a superior watch for basically the same amount of money. Feels better, in my opinion. It looks better. I mean, I don't know why, but it's just something with the sheen of those hour markers that really reminds me of the way my Tudor Black Bay played with the light with the hour markers. It just feels just a tad, a little bit more high quality than the San Martin. And the clasp, that wonderful glide lock clasp, and in my opinion, a better feeling bezel action. This is now my favorite Rolex Submariner Homage in this price range, and it is what it is. And okay, let's take a look at the Lume. As you can see, we have blue light shining right back at you, and it's actually called blue light. The Lume on the Cronos v.3, if you check the specifications on the AliExpress webpage, is just called blue light. But nevertheless, doesn't matter what it's called, it's really good. Look at how evenly it's applied and how really bright it gets. And it actually shines all through the night. I've tested it a couple of times and it still has some light in it in the small hours of the morning. And as you can see, if I take my arm as far as I can get from my body, you can still see what time it is. It's legible from all angles, and I'm really liking the blue light that it's called. Cronos did a splendid job here, and we also have a little Lume in the 12 o'clock Lume pip on the bezel insert, as you can see. Great job, Cronos. Even when you look at it close up, you can see no errors in the Lume application whatsoever. Just a splendid job for a watch costing beneath $300. Great job. And that's it. That's my Cronos review. Yeah, I like it more than the San Martin one. I think that this Cronos version 3 is the best Submariner Homage in the $200 to $300 price range, in my personal opinion. I gave you a few points on why I think it. I really like the clasp. I really like the finishing of it. It's soft all over. I really like the look when the sun hits those hour indices. It just has a little better glow when you look at it than the San Martin had. And it just beats out the Paganis and the Parnis and all those watches in that price range. But those are half the price watches, so you have to take that into consideration. Do you buy 2 Pagani designs, or maybe even 3, or do you buy 1 Cronos or San Martin? And then you have to compare it to the Steinhardts and Davosas and Gino. Those are even more expensive watches. So it's all about what you want. You want more watches, but that are maybe not as highly finished. Do you want one watch, or yeah, it's all up to your personal preference and opinion and how much money you want to spend on one or several watches. Hope you enjoyed the video. I did my best in it. I hope to see you next time. In the next video, I'm actually comparing 2 Squale Tropic GMTs against each other, the 40mm one and the 42mm one. Those are going head to head, and we're gonna actually select a winner also my personal preference winner, but I'm going to select a winner. I'm not going to cop out and say it depends on what you like, because it always depends on what you like, but I'm always going to give you my personal opinion. Until I see you in that video, I hope you have a great day. I hope you stay safe and stay healthy. Bye bye. And don't forget to check out my Instagram. It's Back in Time Watch channel with a lot of underlines. I'm gonna put it right in here. Check that out. I'm trying my best to stay on top of it and post pictures every day. I miss some days because I'm not a great big Instagram user, but I'll do my best to keep it updated. Bye bye once again. Bye bye, bye bye. This one's for real. Bye bye for real.